Let's talk about MongoDB. MongoDB is probably the most popular NoSQL database right now. And part of its popularity is due to the storage format. It is a document store which stores collections of JSON-like documents. And you can query those documents using JavaScript, essentially. That makes building Express and Node apps with MongoDB really easy. So MongoDB is usually the database of choice when using Express and Node. To install MongoDB, visit the Rhythm School curriculum and you can follow the links for your operating system. I'm going to assume that for the rest of the video, you've already installed MongoDB and you can follow along. Let's go to our terminal. And the first thing we need to do is open a new tab and start the MongoD service, aka MonGod. So what the MonGod service does is it runs the MongoDB server as a daemon. So it's running in the background, essentially. You need to have this tab open in order to access and query MongoDB. The alternative is that you can actually start MonGod as a service when your operating system starts. So with Homebrew, I think there's a simple brew service start MongoDB command, for example. But now that we have that open, we can connect simply by doing Mongo. And then if you go back to that tab, you can see received client metadata from then my IP address, and it has the MongoDB shell connection that it's registering. Now, the awesome thing about MongoDB is that it's totally schemaless. And that extends as far as meaning there are no DDL actions, basically. In SQL databases, there's a thing called DDL, which stands for Data Definition Language. And you basically have all of these specific commands to create databases, create tables, and define the schemas of tables. But in MongoDB, I can create a database on the fly just by saying use that database. So for example, the pets database did not exist before I typed use pets, but it does now. And now that I'm in it, I can do db dot and then tab complete, and it will list all of the different commands that I can do in that database. If your shell ever gets too cluttered, you can type CLS to clear it in MongoDB. Similarly, because the databases are created on the fly, collections are also created on the fly. So my favorite database command is get collection names when I'm working with a database that already exists. But in our case, there are no collections. The way we can create one is simply by inserting a document to it. So we'll do db.dogs.insert, and then we'll give it a JSON document. So in this case, we can give it whiskey, age, I don't know, maybe 4, and then age in dog years, we can say 28-ish, and then is cute, true. So now we've inserted a document in our dogs collection. If we run get collection names again, dogs is a thing now. And then we can do db.dogs.findOne. And the findOne command, or method rather, just returns the first document that it finds in the collection, matching the query. All of our commands on the collection from now on will start with this db.collectionName.whatever method you're going to use. You can see that when it inserted the document for whiskey, it added this _ID property, which is a built-in type called object ID. And this is how Mongo manages primary keys and kind of its internal referencing of documents. So that will always be created automatically, although you can override it if you want to. I don't recommend it. And as you can see, whenever you query for a dog, so let's say I want to find one, but I only want to return the name. Even though I only specified to return the name field, it still returns the underscore ID because it's part of the internal tracking of that doc. All right, let's insert some more dog documents. We can use the insert many method to do an array of documents. So let's say insert Winston, color equals, I'm going to say blonde, and is cute, true, and that's it. And for another one, name is Buster. Let's say is cute, false, and is evil, true. Yes, I do know a dog named Buster who is evil. Just bear with me. But the point of doing these weird documents is to kind of show you that it's totally schemaless. Like each document can have as many features as the other ones, or completely different features if it wants to, because that's just how it works. So likes to go walking, true. All right. So you can see it inserted 3 new documents, and it gave me their IDs. Then I can do db.dogs.find. And then I can also do db.dogs.find.pretty. And that gives just a better format when I'm querying, basically, with 1 attribute per line. All right, let's talk about more about the find method. So I can do db.dogs.find, and then I pass an object that says, give me the ones which are cute. Let's see, what did I do there? db.dogs.find. Oh, sorry, it's called is cute. There we go. And I already showed you earlier, but you can say return just the name. And there you go. Let's do some more CRUD operations. So let's do db.dogs.update, and then we'll update the dogs that are cute and say, let's see, we'll set a field called is lovable to be true. And when I run this command, it should have matched 2 documents, because when we did our is cute true query before, it matched 2 documents. But it only matched and modified 1. And that's because there's actually a 3rd field called options. And you have to specify, I want to match several documents. And in this case, it's pretty cool because it actually matched 2 of them. But since we already modified the first one, it only had to modify the other one that that did not have the is lovable true. And then we'll just do db.dogs.find, and we'll just that pretty, and there you go. Sadly, we have to do a remove operation on the dogs, so we can remove the is evil dog. Just like this. And then we can see db.dogs.find.pretty, and Buster is gone because he was evil. Cool. So those are the basic CRUD operations in MongoDB. And there are way more operations and even more operators. By operators, I mean like when you're doing updates, you can do set. You can do things like increment. When you're querying, you can do things like greater than or not equal to. And I would highly recommend just reviewing the docs for all those. And kind of you can get to them when you need them. It gets especially complicated when you're storing arrays and things like that. But yeah, this has been just a basic intro, the tip of the iceberg, if you will, to MongoDB. And I hope you learned something. Thanks.